Joe's Talk 100, Joe's Talk 911. Oh man, what is this? Hold on, son of a bitch. There's that mark on the camera. I can see if I can get it. Oh my shirt here. I don't even know. Is it still there? I look away, I see, oh, great Obama, the friggin', oh, it's the right thing to do, right thing to do. Yeah, thousands and thousands of illegals lining up to get a number so they can circumvent the system. They're gonna get a number now, all right? Oh yeah, they can stay. Well, I got 9 friggin' kids. I'm bringing from friggin' Mexico now. I got 15 kids I'm bringing from Mexico now. All right, all this is gonna backfire when it should have been done. You see, our system and our streets and our friggin' cities are only set up for so many people. Do you know why I was thrown out of my building? Finally figured out why. There are 2 bedrooms. They just announced it on the friggin' news yesterday. It's in the Herald. Right, 2 bedrooms in Boston at $2,900 a month. And there's a shortage of 2 bedrooms. Where I lived, right, they had friggin' casinos coming in. There's Duval, this son of a bitchin' governor that we have, the corrupt bastard that he is, that he came from Chicago. Friggin' corporations put his ass right in. The Marxist system put his ass right in, and he fit in just right. The illegals voted him in. This guy Baker did nothing about it either, the asshole. He put his tail between his white ass and he walked away. All right, what he should have called a recount, and he didn't. Now all the taxes are going up, the sales tax is going up, the insurances. If I wanted to insure this car, if it was my car, it would be $4,600 a year. I can't afford that. I can't even afford the sales tax on it. If it wasn't for my family helping me out a little bit. I'm supposed to help myself out, not have my family help me out. That's why I get mad at Jesus sometimes. I shouldn't have to, you know what I mean, ask for anything. It should just happen for me. I'll work for it. I work 7 days a week. I haven't had a vacation in 20 friggin' years. I worked so hard all my life. And I got nowhere. The harder you work, the less you make. Because the more you make, the more taxes they take. Now Obama wants to really shove a friggin' wrench in that to the rich. They make friggin' $1.80 goes right to the friggin' government. And he will implement that. Believe me, if he will not get out of office, people. Take that out of your friggin' mind. The illegals are gonna bring him in. You see him on friggin' TV? Oh, it was the Dream Act. It was the right thing to do. All the illegals are hearing this. Now, they have a right to be here. They're under the Constitution. They have a right to vote. Right now, every friggin' governor, oh, you can't ask for IDs. You can't do nothing in this system without an ID. Because they know they don't have IDs. They all want this friggin' president in. All the friggin' governors got together and had a powwow with Obama. China just cut the friggin', China just took over all the corporations in China, one swoop. I friggin' love it. He's gonna give it to all of them. They can't do jack shit against a country like China. They got 300 million friggin' trained soldiers. They got 300 million AK-47s. They got 300 million friggin' RPGs. How are you going to fight against a force like that when we're selling them property, hundreds of thousands of acres in the United States? If they unleash their friggin' military on us in America, we are done for it. The Americans will give up friggin' happily, but the Chinese won't take any prisoners. They will friggin' execute everybody. They'll execute all the young and all the ones that can rise up against them. They don't have no God to worry about, a higher being. Like that kid that shot down all those people, he didn't have no higher God to worry about. In his life, it was all a friggin' video game. friggin' atheist friggin' people. Well, they ain't succeeded in New World Order and making the United States an atheist society. The friggin' Christians have become a friggin' memory in this friggin' country. Now you people all sit back and take the shit. You got people coming over the friggin' border right now, lighting friggin' fires all across the United States. Who the hell knows what kind of germs these people have? And these kids that are coming from other countries, they're supposed to be inoculated by law, and they're sitting right next to your kids. They already got friggin' how many diseases, 2 different encephalitis these mosquitoes have got. They just sprayed where I live. Friggin' 100 cases of it. And who knows how many cases there are. All this flux of all these immigrants coming in. The cities and towns cannot handle the cars. You can't even drive. One car breaks down and it's a mess everywhere. It's all gonna implode, people. It's gonna implode. I keep saying this shit, but nobody friggin' seems to care. How this president is still a president? Clinton, he friggin' had a friggin' affair with a girl, and they started impeachments. This guy has knocked the Constitution right off the face of the United States. And right here has friggin' went against it. We're supposed to uphold our Constitution. He swore an oath. Foreign and domestic. We all our military has swore an oath. Foreign and domestic, they're supposed to defend against it. Our FBI haven't done nothing. Nobody's done nothing. I mean, what's wrong with those soldiers that we have? Those things on their chest, don't they mean anything anymore? Time is short. Now friggin' the earth just got scorched by a solar flare in space that hit us at 5 million miles an hour, the size of 18 Earths. Just hit us, and it scorched the whole friggin' planet. And then Greenland melted. 95% of her melted. And that don't bring up any friggin' white flags. China's gonna want that food for their 2 billion people. They're gonna want food to feed their people. They took off all their people off the farmland because they used to have a lot of them to eat. They had to farm the land. Now, they got workers, they got the whole friggin' world sold out to them. They're making every friggin' thing. As soon as the friggin' shit hits the fan, gas skyrocketing. I told you this day was coming. I told you this day was coming. I said it would go down, and then it'll go right up and up and up. It's gonna go to $5, $6 a gallon. And ain't nothing gonna stop that. Friggin' everything is trucked in from the West Coast to the East Coast. We make nothing. Do you see Michigan? It looks like it's been bombed out 10 times over. When we used to have a friggin' might in this country, right? Our industry, it would saved us. If it wasn't for our industry and our factories and everything, we would never won friggin' World War II. But you people don't see it. We got a skeleton. We make nothing. And all the stuff that we buy from China is junk. It breaks down. There's no way we could be, if we're ever attacked from within or out, we don't have a friggin' prayer in hell. Literally, we don't have a prayer in hell. But you people don't worry about that shit. What's it gonna take China? Let the people start getting hungry, and I'll show you what they're all about. But that don't bother you people, huh? Then people start starving, they want food. China's just gonna go take it, like they took all the crops over there. China's not done with us. They're buying up in Australia too, mind you, and they're paying a carbon tax. This bullshit with the UN trying to push that law through where they'll come and their military men, then they'll go house to house. Remember that town in Jersey? They went and shook down everybody on the guns and shit? House to house, 250,000 people in less than a month. I don't think they're gonna have a problem finding out who has the guns because we got such friggin' strict gun laws. They know where every friggin' bullet goes. They know what every bullet farts. The federal government. The federal government is an entity all in itself now. It's a rogue government. The people in there are owned by this friggin' corporation called the NWO Zionists. Whoever you want to put a title to, Satan's behind all of it as far as I'm concerned. You people gonna wake up to the stuff that's happening all around you. The disease is just ready to break out. I'm listening to these stories on these friggin' these two germs that the viruses that these mosquitoes are carrying. They're killers, man. They're killers. They ain't telling you it's a killer. You get it, you die. You get it, you die. Very few people survive it. Right in my town. It's there. It's Chevrolet something. You get it, you die. When did this shit start coming around? It's all ready to stop popping. The money is going. The money. Watch the money. Look at the deficit. You know these politicians. You 5 years to solve that deficit when you're paying China 50 cents on the dollar. 5 years to pay it back. By the time it reaches 5 years, I'd like somebody to figure that out what it'll be. It'll probably be about 50 or 60 trillion. What's the difference? 16 trillion, 10 trillion? It don't mean anything. The money is nothing. The stock market's getting ready to crash. Believe me, that's running on friggin' it's our computers running that thing now. It's all, everything that's up right now is just a facade. It's to make everybody not panic. When everybody should be panicking. When I went to BJ's, there was no 5-gallon cans of corn oil. None of them. There was just the small ones left. Somebody knows something that I don't. Somebody's going around and buying up all the freaking corn oil. There's something up there, people. Or it was just one of those days everybody wanted it. When I walk in that store many times, and there's always plenty of it in. Nobody was buying up the soybean or any of that stuff. Just the corn oil. Stuff's disappearing from the shelves. Fires all over the United States. I mean, people, you're waking up, the whole friggin' harvest was destroyed around the world. Drought. Pestilences, this stuff is happening now, and it don't seem to alarm anybody. People not organizing nothing. The illegals are coming in. Right there's the Achilles heel for this country. You gotta pay for these people. Where is that money coming from when all the states are broke? They were running deficits in the billions, not the millions, the billions. This state alone, 6 billion, Massachusetts. They're all running deficit. Now the influx of all these illegals, the okay. All right, a lot of them are getting welfare anyways, but that's from the taxpayers. Taxpayers are losing all their friggin' jobs because all the jobs are over in China. So what jobs are here are far and few in between. It's all gonna come to a stop, people. It's just gonna all stop. They're already realizing people friggin' killing, people just out of nowhere, killing 9, 10 people, right? And they're killing themselves. Don't you see it? That's the sign. They know nothing is going, nothing's gonna, they got nowhere to go. Nothing's ever gonna happen. Their futures are gone. There's no hope, no nothing. They're losing hope. You gotta wait when these people completely lose hope. And now you'll have a bunch of atheists that don't believe in any higher being losing hope, and then you got a friggin' problem. And friggin' this whole country is medicated, and that ain't gonna help it when people ain't already got shortages of drugs. It ain't gonna stop here. It's just gonna part. It's all gonna come. It's like a mountaintop, and all these things are slowly crawling up to that mountaintop till it hits the peak, and it narrows, and it starts strangling. That's what's happening right now, like the frog in the water, slowly turning up the heat. The world had everything to do. They needed to make this country broke, so it couldn't fight back. Get rid of the industry in this country so it can't fight back. It can't make tanks. It can't make guns. It can't make bullets. It can't even wipe its own ass anymore. Obama wants to, they're going into Syria now. The son of a bitch, they're training the soldiers. They're bringing in all the friggin' guns in. Friggin' ain't done with it. I mean, what the friggin' we need to be in any of those friggin' countries? Friggin' devout Muslim he is, huh? Shit just keeps getting better and better, people. It just keeps getting better and better.